Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to today's unseen video. This is where we round up all the big talking points from social media, and of course we are just hours away from WWE Summerslam. If you are around, we are going to be live, so you can come and join us, share your thoughts, share your feelings as we're live before the kickoff show, during the kickoff show, into SummerSlam. On both nights, Saturday and Sunday, we can find out together what the hell is going on with John Cena, right? And we're obviously going to talk about that. We've already done a video on the channel about that, my kind of initial reaction, my gut feelings. Obviously, one of the biggest talking points probably from Smackdown in 2025. I mean, Smackdown in 2025 has not been mind-blowing. And actually, the first hour and a half of this week's show was so good. It was so good. The matches could have been a little better, but to be honest with you, like that John Cena segment, the Julia and Zelina match, so good. But we'll get to SmackDown. We got lots to talk about. Let's go into this folder. So this coming from Wrestle Purists. It appears that WWE Speed is gone. They haven't been taping new episodes, and the titles have been forgotten. The deal with X has probably expired. Whether it'll be renewed or brought back isn't clear. Those asked haven't known one way or the other, basically giving the impression that it was so insignificant that no one has talked about it. There was no official word one way or the other. That coming from Wrestling Observer newsletter. I actually really like Speed, or the concept of Speeds. I just think the execution was completely wrong. I think there is a place in this day and age for short matches. Look at TikTok, look at Instagram, look at Facebook, look at Twitter. There's so many places to put short matches, but I just sort of feel like there should be a show that has like 3 matches a week and some interviews. There should be a roster and stories. You know, it should be its own kind of brand, really. And honestly, I think it could be so much fun. It could be so much fun if they would actually go in that direction. Like, the show could live on YouTube, and then, of course, you just take the individual matches in clips, put them on social media, and I think you could do something. Like, we never talk about Speeds because it's never referenced on Raw or SmackDown or NXT. It really just lives in its own bubble, and seemingly that bubble has burst. So, yeah, it looks like Speed probably done. So, Aaron, thank you. Right, WWE planning to make Raw star a major player in AAA. Now, there's a couple of bits of news here. There's word doing the round that Dominic is potentially in line to win a AAA championship. A lot of people thinking it might be their top championship, right? But this is about a different superstar. This is actually about El Grande Americano. And I think after the great reaction that he had in Mexico, I think they are now looking to see if they could maybe use El Grande as a major character in AAA. And of course, we had AAA stars on SmackDown, which really just blew my mind. Really blew my mind. I think part of that might have been a bit of an experiment to have seen what the reaction was like. And honestly, I mean, lots of people were talking about it, of course, because a lot of people were tuned into SmackDown. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be the start of a regular thing. I mean, I would doubt it. I think it was just something a little bit out of the blue, something a little bit out of the ordinary. And honestly, it did contribute to this week's SmackDown. I like to be kept on my toes. There was no rumors of that, so yeah, very interesting. So El Grande, Dominic, they could be in for some big moments in AAA. Right, I mean, look, this was 15 hours ago, and honestly, now this has probably changed, because what with that John Cena segment, I feel like a lot of things have changed. So this was 15 hours ago, my bookie saying that, will Seth cash in at SummerSlam? No, minus 400. Don't forget, the bigger the minus number, the more of a favourite it is. So minus 400, they don't think Seth's cashing in. Right? Yes was plus 250. Now, again, with everything that just went down, maybe people are going to change their mind. Perhaps these odds have flipped. But I can tell you that earlier on Friday, it was looking like the bookies were thinking Seth was not going to cash in. Right, this is pretty big news. This coming from Sean Rossap. So Becky Lynch is going to debut a new theme from the Wonder Years band. So she's got a new theme. Now, apparently, Sean Ross Sapp's also said this is a great theme. Like, I don't know if he's heard it, but he must have heard, either he's heard it or he's heard from someone that's heard it. And word on the street is it's just a great theme. It's a great song. Like, it's one of those songs that just works. Like, you could just listen to it, you know, a bit like Alistair Black's theme, which is just a great theme. And then you could listen to it kind of, you know, going around town or something like that. Apparently, this is like really good. So can't wait to hear that. I'm guessing we'll hear it for the first time at SummerSlam. Yes, this is interesting. And I wouldn't have believed it unless I saw this clip. So I'm actually going to play the clip.
Incredible. And then for me, I've had a lot of great partners over the years. You know, JBL was a great one, Corey Graves, Pat McAfee. But to me, my favorite partner of all time was Taz. Taz and I really, took over Smackdown under the tutelage of Paul Heyman. And we, to me, became the best announced team in the business there.
I mean, the reason why I, struggled to believe that is I feel like for the past 3-4 years, all I've heard is about how much Michael loves Pat and how he has so much fun and it's his favourite partner and all this. So as soon as I saw this about favourite broadcast partner, I would have had no doubt in my mind that Michael would have said Pat and put Pat over, right? And so for him to actually not say Pat, I was shocked. I was really, really shocked. And actually, for him to say Taz, I was even more shocked. I mean, they were actually really great together. But I think Michael has actually worked really well with a lot of people, honestly. I mean, he's worked with a lot of people. So, yeah, I think that was quite a surprise. And here's Taz, look, saying, thank you, brother. Same. So there we go. Some real respect being shown there by Michael Cole to Taz. And Taz responding. So very good. So, Shaquem, thank you. Okay, WWE's long-term plans for Triple A. I don't know if we've covered these. I can't quite remember what's in here. Let's have a look. In the latest newsletter, Dave Meltzer says that the idea is to have AAA closer to the WWE style, right? Closer to the WWE style. The idea is to use AAA as the Mexican feeder system for NXT, similar to NXT UK. So essentially it becomes NXT Mexico. And actually there was a rumor that they were thinking of renaming it to NXT Mexico, but I think they've decided to not do that. And I hope they don't, because AAA is a very proud brand in its own right. The report further details the logistical plan to achieve that goal. The idea is by the time they are called up to NXT, they can work a WWE style and they don't have to be taught it. To facilitate this, the Mexican coaches will be brought to Orlando to learn the WWE mythology before they can start teaching. So I think it's a little bit like finding out all the secrets to KFC's herbs and spices. They're actually going to take the trainers to Orlando so that they can learn the WWE mythology. And then take it back to AAA. So there we go. I would also like to learn the WWE mythology. I bet that's a very interesting class. So there we go. Yeah, that's the current plan for AAA, to kind of turn it more into Mexican NXT. Yeah. Right, well done to Cappuccino Jones and Kylie Ray, Smiley Kylie Ray. They became the first ever WWE ID Champions. And this is a big deal because these are the belts that are going to go around the indies. These are the belts that are going to be represented at different indie promotions. And there's going to be talent that can challenge for these belts. And if a talent was to actually win the belt, I believe they've previously reported they would be given a WWE ID contract. So you would get a WWE ID contract if you can beat one of these champions, which I just think is really interesting, because that means they can go around, and if there is a title change, that's kind of a significant talking point. So we can like really get underway with, you know, having some WWE champions out in the indie wrestling world. So yeah, very good. So we've now got our first champions crowned. Right, yeah, Triple H addresses allegations against Vince McMahon, right? Again, if we click on this, this is coming courtesy of Fightful. So here, this was an interview with the sports agents. So Triple H said, all we can do is move forward for us as a company. All we can do is move forward. Allegations are allegations. It's a complicated relationship for anybody in life. Nobody is perfect. And I think that has kind of caught a bit of attention. Nobody is perfect. Accusations are made, and that's a whole legal thing that is totally separate and aside from what we do. My job is to put on the best creative product that WWE can do. Luckily and happily, it's been successful and working wonderfully. Business is in an incredible place right now and continuing to grow, especially with our partners at Netflix, NBC, CW, and everyone in between. It's a wonderful time in our business, and fans are enjoying it. We're headed in a good direction, so there we go. Yeah, you lot are absolutely loving this, and I hear it all the time. So many people like, this is the best year ever. I can't believe how much better this is than 2023, 2024. It's why I hear it all the time. During the watch-alongs, everyone's saying it. So there we go. Apparently, we're just absolutely lapping it up. Yeah, we can't get enough. So, I mean, look, it's good. I wouldn't say it's as good as recent years. I genuinely think 2024, 2023 were better years. But I still think we're in a pretty good place, all joking aside. And Triple H also spoke about the possibility of WrestleMania coming to London. And he basically said, well, you know, we spoke to the mayor. I'm looking forward to hearing from him again. We got great fans over there. We're a global brand. That's it, really. You know, he can't say anything because there's no news. But it was that kind of thing. So that was WWE. Let's just have a look at SummerSlam. Here we go. So Steve, Silverback Walker, thank you. This is an image that's really doing the rounds. And I can't quite figure out this stage. I can't quite figure this out. Because, like, I feel like that's a screen. But if it is a screen and there is a picture being shown, why can I see through it? Why can I see through it in the corners? Like, does it have to heat up or something? I don't really understand. I don't really get it. I mean, I really feel like that is a screen. I wouldn't expect it to just display that throughout the whole show. So I'd imagine it is a screen and we will see it kind of changing graphics. But why is it not, like, it just doesn't seem to be working in this top corner. And also maybe like down here, maybe. And there I feel like it's see-through as well, actually. I feel like I can see through the screen. I don't really get it. I don't really understand. I mean, it's one of those. We got one picture to go off. Do you know what I mean? It ain't much to work with. But gives you an idea as to what the stage is going to be like and what SummerSlam is going to look like. And actually, it's going to look a bit different because in recent years, SummerSlam has had a kind of kinky entranceway, you know, where you actually come down and there's like a bit of a bend in there. They do that for like the Royal Rumble. They do it for SummerSlam as well. This one has got a much bigger stage than what we normally see. And obviously what looks to be a ramp and a pretty straight walkway. So it's a very different setup. But then saying that, it's been a while since we've been in a stadium of this size, of course, for SummerSlam. We have gone big this year. And again, you can join us. We'll be live on Saturday and Sunday. Right, let's check out and see what Cardi B is saying.
Like, them girls is big. You know what I'm saying? I might have to hit a bitch with a chair from behind or something because them bitches is big. Like, what the fuck was I thinking talking shit with them hoes? I was talking a lot of shit. I don't know if I could. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucked. But you know what? But, I mean, I'm gonna have to face my smoke, but I just thought about it. Them bitches really gonna fuck me up.
They tall too?
They tall?
Yeah.
How tall they are?
Taller than you?
I have no idea what she's saying. I have no idea what she's saying. I heard her say something about I might have to get a chair. Like, these girls have been talking, like... So yeah, I mean, the thing with Cardi B is that I know she is a rapper, I know she is like a entertainer, but I really think she would quite happily get into a cat fight. I think she would quite happily start snatching at girls, yeah. And actually, this could be interesting. I don't know what to expect from Cardi B. I really just don't know what to expect. The only thing we know is she is rumored to be there Saturday. Don't know about Sunday. No word about Sunday. So Yeetshine said, Naomi, I think Cardi B might sneak attack you. Right, Edward, thank you. Say his name and he appears. Joe Hendry is actually August 2nd doing like a meet and greet in New Jersey. So there we go. for those that are interested. Also, those that are interested, here's a load of start times. Saturday and Sunday, same start time. So this, I believe, is for SummerSlam itself. So obviously, you've got a 3-hour countdown kickoff show before, but this is when SummerSlam is going to start wherever you are. So 11 p.m. for me. 11 p.m. Oh my God, this is so good. Fade Away Media said the slow reverse of the scooter has got me crying. So
I guess so.
Beep, 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 beep. They all just had to wait for Naomi to very slowly just sort of reverse her way. Slowly reverse her way back. So good. So good. I flipping loved it. This was on the kickoff show earlier, just before SmackDown. The slow reverse on the scooter has got me crying. Naomi responded, she is a little slow on the carpet. So there we go. It wasn't, it was... Gotta watch it again, man. Gotta watch it again. Look at this. Look at the smile on her face. She don't care. They're all gonna have to wait for her. And she just slowly oh God, so good. That might be the wrestling highlight of the year, honestly. Right, TC WrestleVote said, not much, if any, mention of Cardi B hosting SummerSlam on SmackDown. Strange. So there we go. Yeah, there wasn't really much mention of Cardi B. Jey and Naomi, these were backstage at the kickoff show. And it says sis. Obviously, that is his sister-in-law, of course. She is married to Jimmy Uso. So these two just hanging backstage, waiting for going out and addressing the crowds. New Cardi B shirt. She was just wearing that in that video. So it's got WWE SummerSlam, Cardi B on. Cardi B has got an Am I the Drama t-shirt available ahead of SummerSlam. So there we go. Very good. We got this as well. The Yeet TC. Now, I mean, they did have a lot of YTC shirts that never sold. So I wonder if they just chucked like a couple of E's on there and they were like, that'll do. That'll get rid of them. Because remember when they tried to have Roman come back as the YTC, but all the fans were still chanting OTC. There is a lot of YTC. This doesn't even work really, because it's not the YTC, it's the OTC. We tried to make this work, but it didn't work. So you can see what they've tried to do. They've tried to get the YTC at the double E, so it's Yeet. You see? I mean, they said it's Yeet TC, but there's only one T, so it's actually Yeet C. I mean, look, someone had an idea, and I don't think it was a good one. Right, Paul Heyman, Bron Breakker, and Bronson Reed interrupted Jey. Heyman calls Bronson Reed the tribal thief. There's Roman's shoes. He had those. He also calls Bron Breakker the leader of our group. There we go. Bron Breakker, the leader of that group. Of course, that'll change once Seth returns. Let's go over to SmackDown. So just after the show ended, we actually had the Usos joining forces. So it was against Judgment Day by the looks of it. So Jimmy and Jey teaming up on SmackDown in a dark match. Look how crazy everyone was going. Crowd really going off. So very, very cool. So there we go. Dominic and JD as the Usos were going crazy. Right, John Cena finally ends his heel turn after admitting that it never worked at all. It's so crazy. That was such a crazy segment. Again, there's a video on the channel. I'm not going to bore you with all my thoughts here. But man, what a segment. What a segment. It was really well delivered. I don't know if the actual story is making sense or if the story works, but the delivery of it was great. The delivery of it by Cena is one of Cena's best promos from 2025. So, yeah, really, really good. And it's added an extra level of intrigue and mystery going into SummerSlam. So there are positives. There are negatives as well, though. So if you want to check that out, you can check that video out. So take a 1990. Thank you. Edward, shout out to you. So apparently Logan was going off on the fans, and then I think he told Green Shirt Guy to shut up and was like, you're the worst one, Green Shirt Guy. And so Green Shirt Guy getting mentioned on SmackDown. Yeah, Charles Robinson has got like a boot on, a surgical boot thing on, so don't know if he's picked up an injury somehow, but there we go, he was wearing a boot. So Crafty Mom, thank you. John Cena returns to wrestling on Smackdown, says he flushed his reputation down the toilet to make shocking TV. It is true, that's what he was saying. He was basically saying that, you know, he was led astray just to create a shocking moment, and then he was abandoned, and he's had to just pretend to be something that he's not. And that was kind of part of his promo. Love that. Look at that. There was Damian coming out with that entrance stuff, and there is Batman. I mean, honestly, it reminds me of that meme where Spider-Man is pointing at himself. So, very fun. Of course, we had Mr. Iguana. We had Psycho Clown. Fightful Select reported that Mr. Iguana was in town today. Can I just say, I haven't got a clip of it, but during the match, Psycho Clown, he's wearing a white mask with some, like, black bits on. And during the match, he grabbed his mask and he sort of, like, peeled the top layer away. And he was still wearing his mask, but it was, like, red underneath. And during the watch-along, I was like, could you imagine if The Fiend or Howdy ever did that? Could you imagine where they're wrestling, and instead of, like, hulking up or something like this, like, The Fiend grabbed his mask, ripped the top layer off, and underneath was, it looked like flesh. It looked like flesh underneath, you know, and he kind of could take that top layer of mask off. I was like, damn, that's good. When Psycho Clown did it, I was like, mate, if I was Howdy, I'd so steal that idea. I would go straight to Jason Baker and be like, right, got a project for you. I think you're going to like this one. I want a mask where I can take the top layer off and it shows, like, burnt flesh underneath and all that kind of stuff. I want it like flesh. I want it to look, like, really moody. That'd be brilliant on a figure as well, actually. But anyway, there's Mr. Iguana. And, yeah, he was getting some great support. Right, the promo was good, but the whole thing since Elimination Chamber has been bizarre. Maybe a Cody heel turn would tie this together, but I don't know, it's odd. It's very odd, said Anon Wyatt, right? Here's what Sean Ross Sapp said. Just a hunch, not a report, right? Just a gut feeling, just a thought. But it's hard to believe they didn't plan for The Rock to be around more. By his own admission, he called them that week and was like, my work here is done. See you. Even though it absolutely wasn't done and he was needed. Now, it is true. I think it was on the Pat's interview that The Rock did. He basically said he came in, did Elimination Chamber, did that angle, and then he basically said, right, I think we're good, off you go. And he went and basically left them to it. I think the reaction to WrestleMania shows that he was needed and people did want him. And so that reaction to WrestleMania may have prompted them to put some big plans in place for SummerSlam. I think there is a chance we get The Rock. I've always thought there was a chance. I am not predicting that he's going to be there because the only report that I've seen is that there's been no internal conversation about The Rock appearing, right? So that's the only report that I've seen. So I don't know. No one knows. No one knows if The Rock is going to be there. But after what we saw on SmackDown, it does feel like something major, some sort of swerve, be it The Rock, be it Randy turning heel, be it Cody turning heel, be it Cena revealing that he hasn't turned back to a babyface. You know, there's some sort of big swerve coming. I know it. You know it. We're just going to have to wait and see which it is, what one it is. 5 months ago, I flushed it all down the toilet, chasing false glory when I was brought into someone else's crazy idea to make shocking TV. And we did. We shocked the world. But then the dust settles. So there we go. I mean, Cena sort of walking back on the heel turn, sort of saying that they did it just to make a shocking TV moment. It was really wild, right? And to be honest, this is where I'm struggling as well with this heel turn. This is why I'm struggling to believe that it's true, or part of the reason why I'm struggling. So John Cena has told us all year that he's going to take the belt and ruin wrestling. Yeah, I'm going to take the belt. You're going to have to create a new belt, and it's going to be a champion that never beat me. So they're not the real champion, and I'll have this belt at home, right? And if I do that, I'm going to ruin wrestling. He's been very clear that that's what he is trying to do. And then in this promo, he turned around and said, I still want to take the belt, but I don't want to ruin wrestling. I just want to take it home so that when I'm gone, you don't forget about me. What does that even mean? It doesn't even make any sense. So he's still going to take the belt. He's still going to do everything he was going to do as a heel. Only now, it's not a problem. I just don't want you to forget about me. First of all, when are we ever going to forget about John Cena, right? One of the biggest superstars in WWE history. When is that going to... It's not going to happen, right? Also, how does him taking the belt mean we remember him? How does him taking the belt mean we don't forget? How does that... That doesn't even add up. Because we'll just get a new belt. I mean, maybe they would change the design. But to be honest, that's not going to help us remember John, right? That's not going to help us remember John if they just change the design of the belt and we just carry on, you know? Plus, he's still taking the belt home, which he's told us repeatedly is his way of ruining wrestling. This does not make sense. This does not make sense. So this doesn't add up, right? And I've just kind of tried to put some thoughts as well into a bit of a post which I've just shared, right? So surely the Cena face turn is fake. If Cena was really face, he would have waited. Here's why he would have waited, right? Cena's support is now going to be through the roof that he's come back to the fans, right? So he's berated the fans. He's managed to get the fans 50-50 on him. But now he's coming back. There's very little reason to boo a soon-to-retire babyface John Cena. This is John Cena's final SummerSlam match. He's now returned as a good guy. He's now won the fans back over. They were not massively on board with him when he first came out on Smackdown. And the reaction he was getting after he cut that fantastic promo and kind of, you know, said, remember the date, August 1st. That's the date that John Cena came back. Yeah, you know, big reaction, people cheering and all that sort of stuff, right? So we had all of that. So where does this leave Cody? Simply put, overshadowed, completely overshadowed. Cena surely knows this. So if he was a real friend, he would have just waited and revealed his feelings after the SummerSlam match. If he's decided that he is now a babyface and he feels like, no, what I've been doing is wrong, why did he have to reveal that now? Why did that have to be revealed on this SmackDown? Why could we not have got the SummerSlam match out of the way? Because even if he kind of walked out as a heel, like, he could have thought to himself, do you know what? I'm doing this for Cody. I know that I don't really hate the fans, and he didn't need to berate the fans. He didn't need to go off on the fans. Just keep it quiet that you now have decided that you want to, you know, come back to the fans. Just keep that quiet for now. So Cena messed up Cody's Wrestlemania by stealing the title. So, you know, Cody was champ. He took his belt. And may now have messed up Cody's SummerSlam by stealing his fans. I think there's some real truth to that. Otherwise, I wouldn't have tweeted it. I think there's some real truth to that. Because, you know, he has now took away Cody's support. There will be Cody fans. But the reaction that Cena was going to get is going to be different now following that segment on SmackDown. And the reaction that Cody's going to get is going to be more muted now. So, honestly, I'm wondering if he has done this to steal the fans, steal the moment, and actually reveal that it was all fake. It was all fake. He just wanted to take the aggression away from Cody because Cody just was drinking beers with Cena. So he wanted to take that aggression away ahead of a street fight, but also he wanted to take the fans away from Cody. And you know what? He might have succeeded. He might have succeeded. It's so weird as to why we would do this now. We were on the verge of a heel against face match, which is ideal. You want a good guy and a bad guy, right? Wrestling is built on that. But just 48 hours before the show, John reveals he's actually a babyface now. So now we're getting good guy against good guy, which you can do, but it's not as preferable, right? Because you're going to split the crowds rather than having everyone behind the babyface. So the timing of this is so strange. So strange. So we're going to have to wait and see kind of how it plays out. So that was SmackDown. Done SummerSlam, done WWE. Let's go other, shall we? I don't really understand this Cultaholic thing, but I follow Julian and Triple H's thoughts, and both of these seem to be going off on Cultaholic, so I don't know what's happened. Don't want Cultaholic on my timeline. They are terrible. Cultaholic made up a story that WWE is interested in bringing back Del Rio. Okay. Fightful said they've not heard anything. Cultaholic blames WWE Mexicans for starting the rumor. So I think that's what's gone down. It seems like maybe Cultaholic have been the ones kind of driving this Del Rio story. Don't know. I don't know if there's any more to it than that, but I saw this. I was like, oh, this is interesting. I don't ever see Cultaholic being mentioned on my timeline. So, don't know. I have to keep an eye out for that. I wonder if I click on this, if it actually gives me any more details or... all right. I don't know. Seems like people aren't keep crazy about him. Ron Killings, John Cena broke R-Truth's heart, but I don't have one. Yeah, there was an interview with him where he was talking about John Cena, and don't know, bit weird. Like, certainly now that John Cena's come back to being a face, he was like, John Cena broke R-Truth's heart, but me, Ron Killings, I don't have one. Carmelo said, I appreciate all the birthday wishes, edits, and hashtags. I didn't realise y'all ride for me like that. Thank you. Hashtag I see you. Hashtag I hear you. Isamar, this is getting real. Yeah, we need to talk about this. Let's play this.
I'm the one who said, go get the twins. Twins are handsome. I think we can pull this off. And then he said, okay, let's go get them. And that's what the fuck we did. Where was his dad at? He never did shit. And he got jealous. How many months were the twins here? 9 fucking months they stay with me. 9 fucking months. 9, 10 months they got their development deal. Why? I was cooking every day, every morning, make shake. Take their asses to the gym. We all went to the gym, come back home, shower. Then my late husband would take them to Booker. Come on now. Same thing. Same shit. Pound, grind. What happened? They got development deal, 9, 10 months. 9, 10 months. And this is when his brother was jealous of him. Sorry, I'm putting all this in. This is the same.
You might not have heard about this situation. We spoke about it during our watch along, right? So basically, Rikishi went onto his podcast and he was kind of not having a go at Zilla, but he was like, I was really surprised to see Zilla at Slammiversary with face paint on. He doesn't normally have that. And I know that's like maybe a tribute to Jeff Hardy, who he really idolizes. But this was his opportunity to present himself. And so him having that face paint, it's just not the move I would have made, right? I don't think it was anything more than that. But basically, Zilla heard about this and actually put a message out, a tweet out that has since been deleted, where he basically said, you've got my number, why didn't you call me? You know, I don't appreciate this being out in open. All for the sake of a bit of clout. Also that you can use my name to get more like viewers on your podcast. And it kind of kicked off. Now that message did get deleted. And we were talking about this because I was like, man, that family, they've always been presented as so close. And of course, all families fight. Of course they do. But every time you hear about the Bloodline family, the Anoa'i family, it's all about big cookouts and growing up together and all this great stuff. Now we're starting to find out there's a little bit of drama in there. Zilla and Rikishi having a little fallout. And now Zilla's mom getting involved, saying that she helped bring up the Usos. When she talks about the twins, she's talking about the Usos. She helped them. 9, 10 months they were living with her. Don't know why. I don't know where Rikishi was, right? But 9, 10 months they were living with her. She helped to get their developmental deal, took them to the gym, all of this. So, yeah, just really going off, saying Rikishi was jealous of Umaga for taking in the boys. So it seems like there's some real drama that's going on here. I mean, hopefully it just gets squashed. Hopefully this just gets obviously put to bed. But as Ismar said, oh, it's getting real. It's getting real. It really is. It really is. So there you go. You're up to speed. We'll have to see if that does settle down now. Okay, talking of Cultaholic, both, I don't know if this is true, but both A and E and CW have reportedly been rumoured to be in talks for a new TNA TV deal. That coming from Wrestling Observer newsletter. So there we go, TNA looking like it could be getting a TV deal with, you know, a pretty good network. I mean, that's the network that NXT is on. And Larry said CW would be great, same network as NXT. Right, this is Carrion just talking about his viral WrestleMania moment. And basically he did a bit of a promo backstage, and one of the producers came up to him and was like, can you do the Raw recap show? And can you give us something like that? So, I don't know how people are going to feel about this, to be honest, because I know people wanted to believe that it was just real and it was just him being frustrated. I mean, he wasn't told what to say, so I think there is still a lot of realism in what was said. So Carrion explains what led to his viral moment. We could just play a little bit of it.
Accidentally, they almost walked AJ and I through the same live shot. It was kind of too late. Like, they walked us through at the same time, and I didn't want to ruin the immersion of everything we just did on Monday. I walk into the shot, and I just think the best thing to do to take the attention off of the fact that AJ and I walked through the shot together is to just have a meltdown. So that's what I did, and I said whatever it is that I said. I don't even remember. I said, if you guys ever walk me and AJ through the same shot again, I'll fight him, I'll throw him over the railing, I'll break the lights, you know what I mean? One of the producers walked up to me, and he goes, that was hilarious. He goes, hey, would you mind doing the Sam Roberts podcast the next day? I said, sure. I go, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want on the show, right? And he's like, give me that guy.
Being a good soldier is coming to your hometown where you cut your teeth when we got started and not being on the card. It's all about viral moments now. That's what it's all about, viral moments. Well, Guy, everybody's been telling me that I got to become undeniable. And as soon as it happens, they ignore it and they shut it down.
It's honestly one of the best promos of the year, isn't it? That promo just worked wonders for him, because talking of viral moments, that WrestleMania promo, it went viral. So yeah, one of those. I think people might be disappointed to hear that he was kind of instructed to go and do that. People will also maybe be not too surprised that he was instructed to go and do that. But I think the words that he was coming out with and the frustrations that he was expressing, I think those were still all genuine. So Wrestle Night, thank you. Okay, on this day in 2002, WWE Niagara Falls opened, the company's first dedicated retail and entertainment venue. It was located on Clifton Hill, and it featured a shop, themed exhibits, and a mini ride. It closed on the 31st of March 2011 after nearly a decade in operation. I went there, and I had absolutely no idea about it. I was literally in Niagara Falls, and I saw the shop, and I was like, oh my God. And I went over and, went inside. These were all handprints of different wrestlers. I think I remember Edge was one of them, right? So those are handprints. The floor at the bottom was about as big as this. There was like counters in the middle, loads of shirts on racks, and then they were, like, in the counters they had, like, I remember the $1 Million Championship being in one of the counters, and like other little bits that they had kind of under the counter. Shirts were out, and there was obviously, like, plastic cups that you could get, and things along those lines. Then there was another level. There was kind of, I believe there was like some steps that were there, and maybe some steps here that took you to this level. I don't remember there being loads on that level. I think there was quite a few pictures on the wall, things like that. There was a ride on the roof, which was just this sort of, it was like a drop zone type thing, where they put you in a seat, raise you up, and then you just wait, and then it drops you down. It was only that, but that was on the roof. That was closed when I was there. Apparently that ride only worked for, like a week or something like this, and then it was shut permanently. So the ride, even though it was there, I think it was called Pile Driver or something like that, barely was ever used, and it certainly wasn't working when I was there. I didn't buy anything from this place, but I did get some footage, and I keep meaning one day when I get a second, I need to get my camera out. I need to kind of go through and see if I can find the footage. It might be no good now. I mean, it might have been no good then. I don't think I've watched it back since it was recorded. And I can't remember the year I went. Rough ballpark 2008 would be my guess as a rough ballpark. But shame to hear that it's gone a long time ago. It's been 14 years since it closed. Mate, time goes by so fast, but I thought people would be interested in this and might not have known that it had ever existed. WWE is getting used out of that 15-year contract, said Sean Ross there. So Undertaker last night in Mexico City, backstage with AAA Arena de Arenas champion Lady Flamer. So Undertaker in Mexico City. How crazy is that? Backstage at AAA. And CW is reportedly high on Ethan Page. They want to use him as much as possible for WWE. So CW really enjoying Ethan's work. Very good. Let's go fun, shall we? Let's check this out.
Yeah.
Hi.
Good to see you. Pre-match routine, what is it for SummerSlam?
Pre-match routine?
Yeah, what do you do usually? What's your routine like?
Well, my routine lately has been, getting food, changing a diaper, stretching, and then, not my diaper, but and then, just kind of getting in the mindset. I do a lot of pacing.
Are you?
I pace a lot.
Do you still get nervous, or is it exciting? Is it adrenaline, or?
Yeah, I get nervous, I get excited. I think when you're not nervous, it means you don't care.
That is true. Your favorite thing at WWE catering? I heard that the catering's the best there. It's got everything you want there.
I always eat, I make a salami sandwich.
Really? Of all the things there?
I love salami and cheese sandwich.
Who's your favorite travel partner of all time? The one you always love traveling with? You had the best time?
Oh, I loved traveling with Mike Rome. He was my best friend on the road. He's still one of my best friends now, but when he was ring announcing with WWE, we always had the best times. We did a lot of Target trips.
Have you been to a Buc-ee's as you're traveling?
Yes.
And what's your experience with Buc-ee's? Is it really the best thing? Because we don't
Some
have
of my
that.
favorite pajamas are from Buc-ee's.
Really?
Yeah, they have these really soft pajamas that are my husband hates them, but I love them because they got sheep and clouds on them, and they're my favorite. They're from Buc-ee's.
Awesome. Good to see that.
There we go. Who is that? That is Adam Glynn, and I'm sure they will have done other interviews. So that's really good, isn't it? Really, really good. So there we go. Just a kind of fun little chat with Alexa, obviously at one of the media things. So yeah, very good. So check them out on TikTok. Very good. So wrestling's biggest fan. Thank you, Brady. Thank you. There we go. Naomi was happy. Do you remember last time she tried to find her shirt? Couldn't find it. She managed to find it this time at the SummerSlam store. That was her just going out. It's only 9 seconds long, seeing if she could find it. And there it was. So glad I didn't have to show out today at the WWE Superstore. We are on such great terms. I love all my new merch. So a little bit of a fan thank you. There we go. Word of Wrestling said this is, well, it exists. It does exist. Right. Steve Silverback Walker, thank you.
The social media guys aren't here, so we're on our own.
Dude, we look so cute. Who should I make this out to? April?
Yes.
Okay.
God, everyone's always talking about AJ, aren't they? If he calls up Roxanne, she's like, oh, I thought you'd be with AJ. He has a word with Bailey. She's like, shall I make this out to April? So there we go. A little bit of a fan, thank you. Let's check this out.
It's all right. She's the green one of the group. She's got to do more work. You know what I mean? We got to break her in. She's probably like 23, right?
10. 23.
Years old. You ever done anything like this in your life, Ross?
I've done some volunteering stuff, yeah, down in Laredo.
It's all right. She's the green one of the group. She's got to do more work.
So there we go. We had Alistair Black, Raquel, we had Zelina, and we had Roxanne, and they were at Nourish, New Jersey, spending the morning there and, helping out. So very, very good. And Raquel was like, she should do the most work. She's the green one in the group, the least experienced. So there we go. Right, Larry, thank you. If y'all see the Dom Labubu, it was from me. So someone made this dirty Dominic Mysterio Labubu. Look at that. KFC with some chicken nuggets or tendies. So that's great. That's really great. So Ayala 2.0. Very, very good. Okay, here's John Cena just having a word with those at the tryouts.
You can be reliable. You can be coachable. You can be interesting. And if you don't, those three things better your existence here. But you might not be in the WrestleMania poster, but you sure as hell have it. Better your odds of being part of the event. But if you are uninterested, uncoachable, and unreliable, this is the first and last time we talk.
So I thought that was really interesting. He says, well, it's really hard to hear, but because we're quite far away, but he was basically saying you need to be reliable, you need to be interested, and you need to be coachable. If you are those three things, then, you know, we can work, we can do something. But if you're not bringing that, there's not much we can do. Right, Charlotte Flair experiences the roller coaster interview.
Tag me.
No.
Come here.
I'm not doing this.
Come here.
Ma'am? No.
Tag.
Man.
Hi, I'm Kinsey. Hi, I'm WWE superstar Charlotte Flair. And we're not very far, and I'm going to be interviewing Charlotte, WWE superstar, about her career while on a roller coaster. Wait, what do I hold on to? Oh my god, I hate Lexi for this! Oh my god! Why did I do this? Who's your greatest rival? I don't know. Oh my god! Oh shit! I think Becky Lynch. What are the odds that you pass your father and John Cena? Oh, it's gonna happen! It's gonna happen! Yeah! Oh my god! Can you name all the titles you've held? Yes, the NXT, the Divas, the Raw, the Smackdown, the tag. I'll tell you after SummerSlam, it's the tag again. Oh my gosh. And what are you most looking forward to about WWE on Netflix? Just the world getting to see the magic that we create.
Tag me.
No.
There we go. That was pretty good, wasn't it? Hey, there was a couple that don't seem to have gone into these folders. These. I don't know where the hell I've put these, but there is a Drew one and there is an EO one. So let's check out these. Here's Drew.
So SpongeBob, going for a great day today. We're at the Make-A-Wish event in Nickelodeon Universe. Everyone's so positive. And they're saying the same thing since my feet have been on the ground since I arrived at SummerSlam. Everybody loves Jelly Roll on the stage. I think he's a great singer, but just because I can sing in the shower doesn't mean I'm going to start a singing career. Like, he should be in a WWE ring, right? Does that make sense? So even in Bikini Bottom, they're agreeing that Drew McIntyre is going to mess up Jelly Roll, and it's absolutely justified, right? Right. I appreciate you, brother. You've always been there for me.
Mate, respect to SpongeBob. SpongeBob, that's exactly how I feel as well. Oh my god. And look at this, just in case you wanted to love SpongeBob even more.
Oh, say it. Right here with Make-A-Wish, get to spend some time with some kids for the Summerslam walking experience.
Dude, he did the emote. He did the emote.
Right here with Make-A-Wish, get to spend some time with some kids for the Summerslam.
So good. So good. Right, let's go, community. So, Wrestle Night. Today is my daughter Rhea's 3rd birthday. So, Rhea, happy birthday. Look at that. That's lovely. We've got some I tell you what, it's been a while since I've seen the Teenage Mutant Hero or Ninja Turtles, whatever they're called these days. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. So, yeah, many congratulations. Shaq Diesel said, say the word I got a follow from Dirty Dominic Mysterio. So, there we go. I wonder if that's the real Dirty Dom. No, look, fan account. Fan account. Shaq Diesel. I'm sorry to do this so publicly. I didn't even notice, but I've noticed here. That's a... Look here. Look, it says that I'll read it. It says, living the heel life with the Mysterio swagger. I'm obsessed with Dirty Dom's heel glow-up. WWE content creator serving spicy takes and memes. And then there, look, this bit here where it says fan account. That means it's not him. So you don't get to be in the folder anymore. I'm hopefully refreshing the folder. Okay, the folder's broke now. We've actually managed to break the folder. I don't know where the folder's gone. Okay, so Shaktiza, was this was your plan, was it? Your plan was to do this. Your plan was to cause this level. You see what happens when fake things come into the community folder? Yeah? See how you've been removed? Harsh, innit? It's harsh. Scott, shout out to you, said, my son EJ plays WWE Supercards and got this. Drew McIntyre. Thought you might get a kick out of it. P.S. It is his birthday too. So there we go, Big 12. So happy birthday to EJ. EJ, shout out to you. And Leanne said, I can't believe it. Dustin Rhodes has followed me. Now, is that the real Dustin Rhodes? Or is that a fan account? We'll never know. We'll never know. But Leanne, shout out to you. So let's do thanks and let's get out of here. So, Huddle Talk, Robin, Shakeem, Nails and NY, Chris, Wrestling's Biggest Fan, Raymond, Sweet Chin Wrestling, Claire Webb, Chris, Steve Silverback Walker, Michael. Big shout out to all of you guys. Really appreciate the support. Don't forget, we are back later with our SummerSlam watch along. We're back later today and, of course, tomorrow. It's a busy weekend. There's going to be so many talking points. But yeah, can't wait. Thanks a lot for joining me. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.